a 4th-round pick can turn into a starter for you. So if you already have your quarterback, why would you even waste a 4th-round pick on a guy that's not going to play, right? If you feel that that's the guy, right? So it's interesting. So look, Ashley, everybody talked about it yesterday. People are still talking about it today. It is a big topic. And I don't know why it hit me this morning. Before we transition, it hit me this morning. I'm like, yo, Dak is dealing with a lot. You understand? Like, I've been there in those situations before. Like, a lot of our athletes, the noise. Like, I say this all the time, and to certain people in my circle. Pro sports is the most toxic environment you can be in. Because every single day, your best is required. That is what it is. And so think about walking in every single day and knowing that if you're not at your best, you know how you're going to be critiqued, how you're going to be called out, coached up, and then potentially cut if you live in a space where you're not at peak performance. And so when you look at Dak, it's like he's the starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys in the National Football League. He's one of the faces of the NFL, right? And every single day, he got to deal with something. And the reason why this is it's more amplified when it comes to Dak is because it's America's team. It's Dallas Cowboys. It's true. You rate better, shows rate better when you talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Why? Because there's so many people that's
obsessed,
invested,
or obsessed
for some reason in the Dallas Cowboys, or obsessed. So I'm just saying that because for this morning it hit me for the first time. Like, yo, this is a really important moment for Dak. We see athletes and stars get through it and some fold. Right? I know Dak's been strong. He's been through a lot in his life, but this should be hard at times. So I don't know why I wanted to say that, get that off my chest, but I want to transition here. If it hits the fan, Ashley Nicole Moss, where are some potential landing spots for Dak Prescott? Let's talk about it. Do you want to talk about it?
I don't really want to, but I know we're going to have to. I don't like manifesting things like that because I did say on the show, I think we were on audio at this point, or maybe we were on video.
We're audio.
We're on audio.
Had this conversation.
I said in my 30 years of life, I have only ever rooted for the Dallas Cowboys. That has been my team. I've never wavered. I've never supported another football team in 30 years of my life. If Dak were to leave the Dallas Cowboys, it'd be the first time in my life that I had 2 football teams that I root for, because I will follow him wherever he goes. Unless it's like the Giants or something, then I probably have to break up with him.
You have to compromise.
Yeah. If it's a division, it's not going to be a division rival, but if it were, like, I'd have to not follow him. But anything other than that, if y'all see me rooting for a blank team, just know it's because Dak's the quarterback.
But this is also I think it's a real possibility.
I hope
Yesterday,
it's not.
you said that when we were talking about the contract, he's going to get his deal done.
I think 100% he's going to get his deal, just because we spoke about this on audio. But just to recap that, I don't think Trey Lance is the guy who's going to take Dak Prescott's job. I don't really understand why Trey Lance was brought in, but I don't think it's to take Dak's job because, like we've already said, he's lost out his starting job to 2 quarterbacks, one that was Mr. Irrelevant and one that's average at best.
And he's the third string on this team because you got Cooper Rush. That's
third string on this team. Cooper Rush is Dak's backup. Cooper Rush is a great backup. We saw that last season. Yep. So I don't understand this, but it's not for me to understand. I think regardless of whether or not Dak performs to the highest echelon possible, he's going to get his deal. Now, what will change is the number. He's not going to get 60 M's if he throws 27 interceptions.
I don't agree with you, Ashley.
What's the other option? Who are you going to go with? You're going to let him walk in. Who's going to be your quarterback?
The option is Mike McCarthy, you're gone. And the option is Dak Prescott, you're gone. And we're going to potentially move up in the draft to go get a guy draft a guy. We've been doing this for 8 years.
I'm going to push back on
and you look at me, wow, when I tell you, like, when I talk about Jerry Jones' age. But think about that. If you own the Dallas Cowboys and for how many years has he owned the Cowboys and he's trying to get back to Super Bowl, to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl? He's running out of time. I hate to say it, but he's running out of time.
I'm going to push back on that with two things, though, and we spoke about this yesterday. Moving up in the draft is going to require what? Assets. Because the Dallas Cowboys are not a bad football team. They're going to be a playoff football team. I know a lot of people like to make jokes and, they will be in the playoff. They can do
what the San Francisco 49ers. Here go 3 first round.
So you are going to go ahead and jeopardize your future.
It ain't your future. Let me tell you why.
Why is it not your future?
Look on the defensive side. Some would say that's their strength. Some would say Dan Quinn, the defensive coordinator.
Right.
We don't know how long he'll stay there because he could potentially. He's in prime position to be a head coaching candidate, maybe number 1, number 2 next year. But you got Trayvon Diggs, you got Micah Parsons, you got this young nucleus, you got defensive linemen galore. That's some would say that could be your strength. So now you go get a young quarterback, which we've seen in the past. Young quarterbacks, great defenses with players around them.
Go back, though. What do we always say about quarterbacks? Drafting in the first round. You sat in this very chair and you said the same thing. It is the biggest gamble you can make. Because what happens? You either get a freaking Lamar Jackson or you get a bust.
Trey Lance.
I don't want to call him a bust, but you would have it's fine.
I'm not saying he's a bust.
You either get an immediate go, or you get a guy who is a bust or needs a lot of work. So it's still a jeopardy because, you go ahead and get a young quarterback. You is a 50-50 shot. He is not ready to go. And you are worse off than you were when you started. And now you're wasting that prime defense of Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb on offense, Zach Martin, who's back, a great offensive line, Vaughn and Tony Pollard, with a young quarterback who doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
So status quo for the Dallas Cowboys is there's a good chance we make the playoffs, but we're going to be out.
Maybe.
But that's what it's been. So how much film do we need? It's been 8 years. It's been 8 years. And it's just like the same conversation with Kirk Cousins, right? So like Kirk Cousins, can he get it done? So how long will a general manager or head coach wait for a guy like Kirk Cousins or Dak Prescott get it done? I believe in Dak Prescott. But I'm just putting I like to see the other side. And if I'm Jerry Jones, right, you got to see both sides because I think your argument and your points are valid. I probably lean more towards to that. But we can't ignore that other people think differently. Jerry Jones could be sitting here saying, I am getting older or I'm tired of, it's been 8 years. Enough's enough.
I agree with that. I think my biggest pushback on that, though, and I'm not saying that Dak's been a perfect quarterback, but I think if you're Jerry Jones, it's easy to go ahead and blame the QB, but you're not going to blame the fact that you kept Jason Garrett as the head coach longer than you should have. You just started prioritizing the defense. You had a defensive coordinator and an offensive coordinator who were average at best. There's a lot of moving factors. You had a year that Dak Prescott fractured his ankle and was out the entire season. There's been a lot of things that have transferred. You had an aging Ezekiel Elliott. You had a lot of factors that have gone against the Cowboys at the worst possible time. That's not negating Dak of responsibility because we say this all the time. The quarterback gets the glory and the quarterback gets the blame. I'm not taking that away from him. But you also can't put it all on him because there's a lot of factors around him that did not help that team to succeed as a whole.
Okay, so tell the people if things, hypothetically speaking, if things go left, all the way left.
I don't want to manifest this.
For the first time in 20-something years, the Philadelphia Eagles win a division 2 years in a row. It's never been done in 24 years or whatever it's been.
I don't want to.
But it happens. Maybe it's the Cowboys. Maybe it's the Commanders. Sam Howell is looking great. You hear Ron Rivera come out and says, I should have started him when I saw it when he played in week whatever. That's when I knew. Maybe Sam Howell is the answer. So it goes left, okay? You have to put yourself in this position. I'm sorry, but it goes left. Where's the destination?
Crap. The Tennessee Titans. Now, it's going to be contingent on a few things. I think that if they're able to keep Derrick Henry, I know Derrick Henry's in his last year of his contract, I believe, this season. Derrick Henry, I think, would have to remain. That's a big factor. I like head coach Mike Vrabel. I'm a fan of his. I think that's a great coach for Dak. I think that DeAndre Hopkins is there. He would be there for, I think he's had a 3-year deal with the Tennessee Titans.
Yep.
I like what they're doing in Tennessee. I think that's a lot more of a competitive team than I think people give them credit for. And I think that Dak is definitely an upgrade from Ryan Tannehill as a quarterback. I would hate to see it, but in my mind, Tennessee makes the most sense.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's not a bad destination because of Coach Vrabel, and then also Rand, the new general manager, who's in San Francisco. By way of San Francisco, I love what they're doing. They know ball, and when you talk about like just good ball, like good ball, they have that. There's some coaches you'll run into, they don't know what the hell they're doing, or they
he knows it, yeah.
So they know it, and I know they're going to build it the right way from the inside out. And it may take, I will say this, I think this year the Tennessee Titans win the division. I think this is the dark horse in the NFL. I think they're going to have an exceptional year.
Yeah, I think they're going to be a lot better than people.
You know what that means? So things hit the fan, shit hits the fan in Dallas. So now Dak Prescott needs to exit and find a new destination. Ryan Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans have a phenomenal year. Tennessee Titans extends Ryan Tannehill. And the mayonnaise eating quarterback, Will Levis, that puts it in his coffee. Now he's on the bench for a couple more years. And so now we need a new destination, Ashley. And so you know the best destination is? Let's go north. Let's go north. Let's go northeast.
God.
Let's go northeast. Let's go to New England. New England. Tell me this doesn't make sense. Tell me Bill Belichick isn't sitting back, the man that understands what the NFL is going to look like 20 years from now, saying, you know what? I've been in quarterback purgatory for how many years since Tom Brady's been gone? Mac Jones. We were high on Mac Jones just like the 49ers were high on Trey Lance. But they haven't gotten it done. Maybe he'll get it done now because now Trey Lance has Bill O'Brien, who's an offensive coordinator. Last year they had Matt Patricia, and the coach of the Giants that left the New England Patriots, came back to the New England Patriots. He was a special teams coordinator, but then they put him and said, go run the offense. So maybe they get it done. But if they don't, why are you laughing at me?
Yeah, with his sign, it's like.
But if they don't get it done, I see Bill Belichick sitting there and saying, "Come on, Dak. Come on."
I mean,
Dak.
he'd be reunited with Zeke.
It's his best friend.
That's his 214 would live on.
And we'll see what Zeke does this year. But
I don't want to talk about this anymore. This is making me really, really uncomfortable. Like, I'm hot. Is anyone else hot?
No, this could potentially happen. Chat, what do you guys think?
Please don't send me to New England.
Can we do a vote here? Okay. Let's just take 2 to 3 minutes. Calm down. Let Ashley calm down.
I'm hot. I'm so hot.
Let's see, what's the most likely destination if shit hits the fan in the I don't want to say the Big D, but in Dallas. Is it Ashley's destination of Nashville, Tennessee, or is it up in the Northeast with Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft? What do you guys think?
Or he stays where he is.
Chrissy O would love this. What did Chrissy O say?
Chrissy O's very excited about.
She said, "There you go, Ash. Why? What? There you go, Ash. What? So you're saying Tennessee?"
No, she's very excited about your Dak to Patriots pick. I don't like this conversation at all. This is not. It's hot in here. It's warm.
Is there any responding to this?
I feel like we're. No, people like the Titans. They think that's a better pick for him. I'm seeing Jabril Yasser said, nah, the Titans are a better spot for Dak. Big Daddy said New England up north is 2 up north for Dak Prescott. I guess that was what Stephen Harris said. New England, Tampa. We did bring up Tampa the other day. Tampa was actually my answer the other day, but I kind of I took it back. B. Morale says he agrees with you. Somebody said the Dallas Cowboys. I like that. I think that's the best fit for him too. I agree. Belly said maybe to the Bucks. Christy O said Brandon, great pick.
Yes.
Keeping it basic said Dallas. I agree. Somebody said Cruz in the space said Broncos. I don't think that's an option.
No.
Somebody's
Russell Wilson's comeback player of the year this
Clutch
year.
BZ said Dak to the Bucks. We did bring that up again yesterday.
Yeah. Like that pick.
Over the Rope said in Tennessee. I'm liking Tennessee. Somebody said the Cardinals.
Yep.
But they just paid Kyler Murray. Right.
Yeah. So this is what I would say to put a cap on this. If shit hits the fan in Dallas
It won't.
and New England this year,
It won't.
Bill Belichick and Dak Prescott gets married. See, Dak Prescott in New England, and Bill Belichick going on another nice run for 5-6 years. I don't know how many more years Dak has in him, but this is right up Bill Belichick's alley. You don't want him, Jerry Jones. Everybody saying he's done. Oh, he's throwing all these interceptions. I'll take him. He's known for that. Oh, y'all don't want Randy Moss? I'll take him. Miami, you don't want Wes Welker? I'll take him. Like, this is what he does.
I can't go through this again. True story. When Dak first...
Darrelle Revis, I'll take him.
Here's a true story. This is how much I don't like my QB change. I was a huge Romo fan.
It's happening.
For better or for worse, I was a huge Romo fan. And when Dak took over for Tony Romo, I hated it.
You cried?
No, I hated it. I was like, I'm never going to like this guy. Romo's my forever QB. Like, I'm never going to like him. I'm not a fan. This is stupid. Why are they doing Romo like this? Dak won me over. I'm too emotionally invested in this quarterback situation, and Dak Prescott with a star on his helmet to go through this again. And I refuse. I will not manifest this. I will not think about this. After this conversation, I will never talk about this again. I'm not doing it. I'm not taking the bait. Nope, not doing it.
So, Ashley, that's life. Sometimes life's. And again, I don't know why I brought this up, but like, man, like it's sometimes it's not that you're weak or you can't handle pressure, but there's seasons, right, where athletes just struggle, right, and how you respond to it determines everything. And Dak is under a lot of pressure. Right, and we hear athletes say it all the time. I think Russell Wilson came out and said, like, listen, I embrace pressure. And the greats do. But sometimes, man, LeBron James, the decision. I'm taking my talents to South Beach. You remember how that first year played out for LeBron James? Like, they had a good year, but LeBron struggled. Okay? The pressure. Now you got Dak Prescott in the same situation. If LeBron can struggle mentally and not feel like himself and try to change certain ways, right? You don't think Dak Prescott can go through the same thing?